In this section, the video discusses the comfort women who were kidnapped and forced to work as prostitutes for the Japanese army during World War II. The Japanese army set up comfort stations to reduce the amount of assault in the civilian population and prevent transmitting infections among its soldiers. However, these stations failed, and a significant number of women were abducted, tricked, and offered factory or nurse jobs, only to be forced into working in the comfort stations. As Japan struggled to resupply parts of the army, local leaders in China were ordered to give up women to become part of the brothels, and many women were assaulted, kidnapped, or became property of the Japanese army, especially the Chinese population where Korean, Filipino, Indonesian, Burmese, Dutch, Australian, Taiwanese, and Japanese women worked, with an estimated number of up to 410,000 women from 1938 to 1945. How women were taken to control assault problems, forced to work as comfort women, and how many faced starvation if they did not work. It also touches on how some women were killed by Allied forces during the war, and how the remaining women faced execution, starvation, and cannibalism. The story of a former comfort woman's horrific experiences is also recounted, and the video emphasizes that the comfort women system was a tragic war crime that stole hundreds of thousands of women from their homes and subjected them to truly harrowing experiences. In the midst of the chaos and devastation of World War II, a dark chapter unfolded that would forever scar the lives of countless innocent women. They were known as the comfort women, a term that concealed the unimaginable horrors they endured at the hands of the Japanese army. It was a time of turmoil, and the Japanese army sought to control assault problems among its soldiers and prevent the transmission of infections. In an effort to create comfort stations, they offered factory or nurse jobs to women, promising a better life. But behind these seemingly benign offers lay a sinister plot. In a small village in China, May, a young and hopeful woman, dreamt of a brighter future. When she received an offer for a factory job in a nearby city, she saw it as an opportunity to escape the struggles of her impoverished life. Little did she know that her dreams were about to be shattered. May was not alone in her suffering. Women from various backgrounds and nationalities found themselves trapped in the same nightmare. Korean, Filipino, Indonesian, Burmese, Dutch, Australian, Taiwanese, and Japanese women, all victims of the ruthless war machine. As the war raged on, the demand for comfort women grew. Local leaders in China were ordered to surrender women to the brothels, further escalating the human tragedy. Some women were assaulted, kidnapped, or reduced to mere property of the Japanese army. The atrocities inflicted upon these women were incomprehensible. They faced starvation if they did not comply with the demands of their captors. Many were subjected to brutal violence and unimaginable abuse, leaving scars that would haunt them for a lifetime. The suffering of the comfort women did not end with the war. When the Allied forces finally intervened, some women were killed, while the remaining survivors faced execution, starvation, and even cannibalism. The video recounts the harrowing experiences of one former comfort woman, whose story is etched in history as a testament to the cruelty of war crimes. Her pain and trauma symbolize the anguish endured by all those who were robbed of their homes, their families, and their dignity. The comfort women system was not just a dark chapter in history. It was a tragic war crime that stole the lives and innocence of hundreds of thousands of women. Their stories are a painful reminder of the atrocities that can occur in times of war, and a call to ensure that such horrors are never repeated. As we remember these brave
As we remember these brave women and honor their resilience, we must strive for a world where peace, compassion, and respect for human rights prevail.